Ricky Jackson is now a free man.
That's right. Jackson walked out of a prison today after 39 years behind bars, and our Melissa Reed was there as he breathed in that fresh air.
Absolutely incredible moment, Bill. Ricky Jackson could hardly contain his smile, his emotion, and sometimes his tears today as he walked out of the Justice Center a free man. And as you mentioned, he stopped to breathe in that fresh air and said he's going to go have lunch somewhere and then go to a hotel where he could be alone. Something so simple yet so meaningful for a man who has spent almost 4 decades in prison for a crime he didn't commit.
57-year-old Ricky Jackson of Cleveland is a free man.
Feel it's extraordinary. I'm very happy. Needless to say, words can't express how I feel right now. I'm just glad to be out, glad to be a free man.
All rise, please.
Friday, a judge threw out Jackson's 1975 murder conviction after witness Edward Vernon, who was 12 at the time, recanted his testimony this week.
All right, this case will be dismissed. Mr. Jackson, you're going to be free to go. Life is filled with small victories, and this is a big one.
It was like an emotional roller coaster. It's just, the English language doesn't fit what I'm feeling right now.
You walked into the courtroom today, you smiled at some people, you waved at them. Who were they?
Family, friends, and just people I didn't really know. I'm just glad to see people. I'm just happy to see people, for real.
Jackson thanked the Ohio Innocence Project, who took on his case a decade ago.
Once they lock onto it, it's like a pit bull. They don't, this guy here, he's my hero. He saved my life, literally.
Jackson, along with 2 brothers, were sent to death row at ages 17, 18, and 20, all for a crime they didn't commit.
A lot of people will want me to hate that person and carry animosity towards him, but I don't. People have to remember that they see him as a grown man today, but in 75, he was a 12-year-old kid.
And 39 long years later, Jackson stepped outside the Justice Center for the first time in decades, stopped to breathe in the fresh air, and then walked away a free man.
Did I think this day would ever come? Yes, I did. I did. Because if you don't, something inside you is going to give if you don't feel like that. You have to. I'm just, like I said, I'm so elated to be here, happy to be alive, I got a lot of people to thank, and I'm really grateful.
Ricky Jackson has been in prison since he was 18 years old. He has served more time behind bars than anyone who has ever been released from prison on a wrongful conviction, according to the Ohio Innocence Project.
Goodness, and it doesn't seem like he has one bitter bone in his body,
No.
but for 39 years, he had a place to go to every day. And what's next for him? Where does he go?
Yeah, he said he was going to have lunch with his attorneys there, and then from there he wanted to be in a room by himself. He said this is a lot for him to take in. He's only had since Tuesday to even really compress the idea that he's going to be out in general population now. But he said for so long he has had a place to go, and now the future is a little bit uncertain.
You're in prison and learn to work within that structure. That's your life.
Right.
Now he's out and
he has to adjust to a brand new life.
It's going to take a long time.
Does he have any family or?
Yeah, we asked him about that. He said it's a precarious situation. He's been incarcerated for 39 years. I'm sure a lot of family dynamics have changed for him.
Sure.
But he said he's taking this time right now to be him alone, have that lunch, have that dinner, be alone, and then he's going to go from there.
Just an extraordinary story.
Absolutely.